Excuses, excuses, excuses. We've all got them. But guess what? Today, that's okay. In fact, I'm going to encourage all of the excuses that I'm about to give. Because today, I'm going to give you 10 reasons you should not start a candle business. Conversely, of course, that means that if these don't apply to you, then you should go for it. Now, definitely stick around for all 10 of these, including the ones at the end, because some of them might surprise you, and some of them are extremely important and often overlooked. Hi everyone, if you are new here, my name is Wade. I'm the owner of Black Tie Bar and Candle Company. I've been running a candle business for over a decade and been making candles for even longer than that. This channel is to help other candle makers and to just have some fun and even share some things about my candle business as well. Thanks for being here. Subscribe if you haven't already, and let's get to it. Number one, you don't know your real costs. And by cost, I mean the cost for you to make your products. Now, no one knows this when you first start. You're just kind of winging it to see if you even like the craft. And then once you like the craft, it kind of becomes a hobby and you're just kind of using resources. And when you run low, you buy new resources. Totally fine, totally normal. But over time, you really need to figure out what your actual costs are to make a specific unit or a specific product. You buy a bag of wax or a case of wax, a bottle of fragrance oil, a bag of wicks, some jars, and so on. You need to break it down and figure out what the cost is to make a specific candle. Now, I have other videos on the channel talking about the costs of your products and how to figure those out, how to create recipes, and what we're referring to here is called your cost of goods sold, or your COGS. So again, I'm not going to spend a lot of time on this video because there's plenty of other resources that dive into how to figure this out. But the key is that it's really, really important. In fact, it's necessary to be able to run a candle business. If you know what it costs to make your product, that gives you guidance on how to price your product. And again, I have other videos on the channel that dive into this topic in more detail. Number two, do not start a candle business if you are not committed. For example, candle business takes time. In fact, every business takes time. You got to give it a chance. If you try to rush it and you get started and you're not seeing early results, it's very easy to kind of give up and give in and just move on to something else. But that is not the key to growing a business or the key to growing a successful candle business. You've got to give it a chance. If you are in a hurry, then this is not the business for you. It is normal for it to take time to get going, so you just got to stick with it. It doesn't just take time, it takes effort. Candle making is an easy craft to get started, but it's a hard one to master. And that's a good thing when it comes to business. Over time, you will continue to hone in and improve your skills as a candle maker and as a business owner. But just know that it's not going to be just a piece of cake. It is going to take some effort to run a business. It also takes money. You can't start a candle business for free. There's materials and supplies you're going to need to get started. Now, you don't need a ton of money to get started. You can do this on a lower budget, get your feet wet, start dabbling, and see if it's really something you want to continue doing before you invest too much money. But when it comes to starting the business, you're going to need more supplies, more materials, more inventory, some testing, which is product development, and it's just going to take some money to continue to expand and grow your business. And that's just the nature of business. Number three, do not start a candle business if you have not done your legal homework. By this, I'm talking about the legal steps and requirements it takes to actually start a business. Now, this is going to vary widely based off of where you are, where you're located, city, state ordinances, different countries even. It's going to be different for everyone. Unless you literally live like next door to me, then I can tell you exactly what the process is. But I don't want this part to scare you, because thinking about the legal steps when it comes to starting and running a business is what scares a lot of people off. And it doesn't have to. It's not near as complicated as many people make it out to be. In fact, there should be a resource locally to you, a small business administration resource, some kind of business center, business resource in your city, county, state that is there to help you with these steps. They usually have a checklist. They can walk you through. But if you're still unsure and unsteady about it, then reach out to a small business attorney. Some of them will give you some free guidance, some free kind of consultation on what you need to get going, in hopes that you'll use them for future services. But some may charge you even just for that 1 hour consult on what you need to do to get your business going. It's well worth it, because this is one step that if you do it right now, it will save you so much time, headache, money later. And then lastly, in this kind of scope of legalities, is insurance. I'm going to make this real simple. If you're running a business, I don't care what kind of business it is, get insurance. It's well worth it. Most places are going to require that you have it anyways. It's just peace of mind, if nothing else. Hopefully you never really need it. That's a good thing. But insurance is there for in case something happens. And if something happens, you're going to wish you had insurance. Just get it from the get-go and check that off your list. Now, I do have other videos on this channel breaking down what you need to do to start a business, some tips to starting a business, some of the legal steps and things that can help you along the way, definitely check out those videos. Otherwise, this video will be way too long. But there are other resources here on my channel and elsewhere to help you out. In fact, speaking of resources, if this is still something that's leaving you uneasy and you're still unsure about the business steps, I want to tell you real briefly about today's sponsor, which is Skillshare. Skillshare is an online learning community and a great place to not only get inspired, but to also learn new skills, like running a business. But with thousands of online classes, there's plenty of other content for you to choose from as well. That could be another craft, running a business, personal development, finances, and so on. If starting a business is new to you, check out a recent class that I took from Jonathan Patrick called Business Launch Formula. I really like this class because it's comprehensive but simple. It covers so many aspects of running a business, like the legal steps, business plans, branding, finances, really everything you need to know to get the ball rolling and rolling in the right direction. I would definitely check it out. But here's the great thing about Skillshare. When you join Skillshare, you have not only unlimited access to that class, you have unlimited access to all the classes. Be sure to check out Skillshare in the description below, and the first 1,000 people of this video that click on that link in the description will get a 1-month free trial of Skillshare. All right, back to more reasons not to start a candle business. Number 4, do not start a candle business if you don't have a plan. Now, this will again vary by everyone. You might have different goals for your business, and different goals means different plans, and different plans mean different steps. But I would highly encourage you to at least have some goals for 3 months, 6 months, and 1 year after starting your candle business. When I say goals and things to hope to achieve, not generic ones like I want to be rich or I want a candle business that makes $500,000 a year or something like that. You want actionable goals that have specific targets that will help you define steps to try to reach those goals. Because if you don't have a roadmap of what you're trying to accomplish, then you're always going to feel like you're just paddling but not getting anywhere. When it comes to running a business, you really want to be like a duck. Calm on the surface and paddling like hell underneath. Have a goal, stay focused, stay calm, but know what steps you need to take to get to them. Number 5 really goes without saying, especially if you've been around this channel for any period of time. And that is to not start a candle business if you have not thoroughly tested your final products. I have a ton of videos talking about testing and how I would recommend many of you getting started to follow some type of testing procedure and the importance of testing your candles. It's all about product development and making a good final product. That means a safe product and a quality product. If you rush this step, or even worse, skip this step, you're just asking for trouble. You're either gonna have candles that just underperform and are really not that great and you don't get repeat customers, which is not good for business, or you end up with products that are just not very safe or just don't even work at all. Do yourself a favor, test your products before you launch, and then always test new products you add as well. Again, more videos on this channel that dive into this topic. Number 6, do not start a candle business if you are not emotionally prepared to be rejected. Do not start a business if you have a fear of judgment and being criticized, because that is the nature of running a business. Not everyone is going to like your labels, your jars, your scents, your pricing, your product. Not everyone's going to like your product. Not everyone's going to like your business. Not everyone's going to like you. That's normal. That's business. That's life. Having thick skin is a must because there's always going to be haters. Stay strong and stay focused. Now, listen to constructive criticism and listen to your customers because they give you valuable information that can help you improve your skill and improve your products. But you should not be deterred or deflated by just general rudeness or rejection. Number 7. Do not start a candle business if you do not know your target market. And once again, this will vary by business owner and business because everyone's market is going to be different. And by market, I mean, have an idea of who you're trying to sell to. And this is much easier if you have a defined niche for your business. So if your brand is very niche focused and you're targeting a specific group or type of customer, that's a little easier for you to accomplish this. If you're going to try to go after the general mass market, that's fine. It can be a little tougher, but you still need to know how you want to go about accomplishing that. Know who your market is because it's easier to build your brand around that. It's easier to build your products around that, your look and your label around that, and your pricing around that. So it's important to know what your market is. It doesn't matter what it is, but just know what it is, and it can change over time as well. But from the get-go, think about your customers, who those customers like they're going to be, and that will help you steer and drive your business. Number 8, do not start a candle business if you will only accept perfection. This is the hardest one for me and probably many of you watching this video, because a lot of us are perfectionists and we're just so critical of our own products, and we're never content. We're always trying to make them better and better and better. And that's a good trait to a degree. It's great to always be aiming to make better products and the best product that you can make. But if you're only going to focus on like perfection, which I'm not sure even exists in the candle industry, then you're never going to end up selling any products. You're never going to start, and you're never going to succeed, because you'll never be happy and you'll never be confident with your own products. Over time, you will continue to evolve and improve as a candle maker. So my advice at first is to focus on what's most important to you. Do you care most about the fragrance? Do you care most about the label and the look of your candle? Do you care the most about your packaging, your presentation, your pricing, whatever it is? Start with that, because if you can get that good and get that right, then everything else, it just feels a little bit easier and you feel like more accomplished and more happy and confident with your product. But don't chase perfection, because it's the surest way to never get anything done. Not to mention, I don't think you can get perfection when it comes to a consumer product, because every customer is different. They have different expectations, different goals. They're going to want different things. So there's no way to have a perfect item for everyone. You just can't. So learn to be okay with that. And yeah, I know, I'm still trying to do that myself. Number 9, I love this one. Do not start a candle business if you are not organized. Now, there are going to be times when things get messy. You're not always going to be organized, but you need to develop a good sense of organization. And I'm talking about organization when it comes to not just supplies and inventory, but even documentation and record keeping. When you test products and you're working on new ideas, have some kind of system and organization for everything. It will make your life, oh my God, so much easier, because when things start getting messy and unorganized, you start getting stress built up, you become anxious, it becomes harder to get anything done or even start anything, because you just feel overwhelmed all the time. And I swear to you, this is like the most important thing that I wish everyone would take more seriously, because it makes your life running a business and being a business owner so much easier if you're organized. Number 10, do not start a candle business if you're waiting for the right time. And the right time can mean something different to all of you. But the truth is, it's probably the right time. In fact, there's more wrong times. That's not what I meant. What I meant is, there's a lot more reasons why you should start a candle business than reasons you shouldn't at any time. Let me use a couple examples. For example, right now, a lot of people are worried about the economic landscape. Is this a good time to be starting a candle business or any business? Economic landscape is always changing. It's always going up and down. The candle industry is always changing. No matter when, you can always find reasons not to start. The key is just focusing on reasons you should start. Being a business owner requires 2 intangible, very important traits. 1, positive thinking, and 2, the mindset that you will win. Period. That's it. Positive thinking and knowing that you will succeed. You've got to have those traits to be a business owner. If you're worried about the struggling economy or the recession, well, guess what? So is everyone else. That makes it a great opportunity for you to jump in and start a business. It's easier to get customers when everyone else is scaling back. And think of it this way. If you start during a challenging time, it only gets easier. But maybe the right time for you is all about support, because you're worried about what your friends and family think about your business idea. Don't. It's your business, your goals, your plans, your life. Half the companies in the world today would not exist if the owners were worried about what their closest friends and family thought. Or maybe you're worried that it's not the right time because you're worried about a saturated industry. All good industries are saturated because it's working, because there's demand, there's options. Would you rather be in an industry where there's a monopoly over it? No, not at all. Look, there are hundreds, if not more, candle companies started every single year. And there are hundreds, if not more, candle business owners that are giving up. Be the one that starts. Be the one that doesn't give up. Be the one that's among those that succeed. Thanks for watching. Hope you all enjoyed the video. Please let me know by hitting the like button below, and subscribe to the channel if you're not already and you're interested in more videos about candle making and running a business. I would love to have you around in the future. Thanks for being here as always, and I'll see you next time.